to day 3 of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2025 at the Palais des Sports in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. A win on the board for both Senegal and Uganda, but only one can stay perfect today. It is a clash loaded with history, pride, and unfinished business. Just these two teams trying to get that second victory here in the FIBA Women's AfroBasket. Looking at the fixtures here on day 3, Uganda against Senegal. Mozambique will be coming up against Cameroon in that second fixture. And of course, let's look at the standings here in Group C. Senegal on top of Group C, Uganda in second place, and Guinea are yet to find victory here in the competition. Well, obviously, Asha Komigisha here with two-time African champion Ife Ibekwe with Nigeria. Hello, and how are you today?
Hi, and hello to everyone. Third day here at the 2025 Women's AfroBasket. This team coming out, Senegal, a strong team looking to compete and beat and win against Uganda in Group C.
Yeah, there was a surprise 2 years ago in Kigali with Uganda stunning the record champions on the African continent. They want to make amends here. There's revenge on the Cats. And that man, Otis Hewlett Jr., who coached you to an AfroBasket title, just ready to get this Senegalese team going. For the Uganda Gazelles, they know that they have a target on their back. There's so much legacy at hand here as we see them get onto the court. Great addition there, Paige Robinson playing with Uganda for the first time here on the continent. And the coaching staff, Nick Nathereza, the head coach, Ben Komakech, and Julius Lutwama, who will be helping Nick Nathereza. We'll go through the proceedings here with the national anthems of the two teams.
Imen Tami de l'Algérie et David Manuel de l'Angola. Nous allons passer aux hymnes et nous vous demandons de vous tenir debout, s'il vous plaît. Merci. L'hymne du Sénégal. Nous passons à l'hymne national de l'Ouganda.
Well, the national anthems display the message there for the lions to roar, the lionesses here of Senegal from the land of the Teranga. And for the gazelles of Uganda, the planes are out clear. Will it be the lions chasing the gazelles, or will the gazelles be faster than the lions out here? Safari time here, Ify.
This is going to be a good game, and actually a battle that they have once already seen in the 2023 AfroBasket, where Uganda took that game. But again, these teams are different from that year, but when you have pride representing your country, you're going to want to give it all and fight to the end today.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's just so much basketball at stake here between these two teams. Looking at their warm-ups earlier, they locked in and just getting ready for this gigantic clash. And of course, revenge for Senegal. Uganda just trying to communicate that they belong on the high table of African basketball. The referees here today: Guy Bertrand Sani Kolo from Cameroon, Imen Tahmi from Algeria, and Daniel Manuel from Angola.
High intensity game here today. They all look sharp, focused during this warm-up. So I'm excited to see how they start this game, especially Uganda playing yesterday and Senegal having a day of rest, being able to watch Uganda versus Guinea yesterday. So we'll see what they have picked up from watching that game and see what they bring to the court right now.
It is history in the making here for the Gazelles of Uganda, playing in back-to-back women's AfroBasket competitions here. This generation has stood tall and representing the Pearl of Africa in fine form. But here, looking at Senegal, very experienced team with a young and youthful team. 5 players returning from the squad of 2023 as they continue to rebuild here from the last generation.
Khan, who was amazing in the first game, she had 20 points and 7 rebounds. I definitely believe she's going to have that same enthusiastic energy that she did that game and bring it here today.
Yeah, looking at Khan, of course, Khadija Faye was able to come off the bench and contribute 10 points. With the 20 of Khan, should be a point of concern there for the Ugandan Gazelles.
Yeah, Senegal had 4 players in double digits, but Uganda Akulu, which is on her screen right now, she played amazing. She had 26 points and 7 rebounds in yesterday's game. So I can't wait to see the matchup against Khan from Senegal and Akelu from Uganda. That's going to be a really, really good matchup to tie into and watch throughout the game.
This fixture has all the signs of a matchup inside the paint. The bigs will have to come up with great contributions there, but also from the backcourt, Dilliard should be interesting. The Gazelles just getting those final instructions from the coach there, Nick Teresa, Ben Komakec, Julius Lutwama, great minds from Uganda. And you can see the body language of the teams.
Reminder, the 3 guards you're playing up.
Well,
8,
let's go through what you think will be the defining factors here in this game.
For Senegal, the keys to the game: start strong and keep the tempo for 40 minutes. That's exactly how they played when they were playing against Guinea. And for Uganda, protecting the ball. You know Senegal is going to have some crazy athletic and energized defense, so they need to be aware of that.
Here's the starting 5 for Senegal: Sierra Dilla, Dioma Khan, Yassine Diop, the captain, Majigin Sen, and Sokna Ndiaye, who's playing in her first ever FIBA Women's AfroBasket. Starting Uganda, you don't change a winning team: Perus, Nyamwenge, Hope Akelo, Melissa Kulu, Paige Robinson, and Jen Asinde, who's been in fine form in the last 2 years here for the Gazelles of Uganda. And the head coach there, Otis Hewley Jr., 3-time FIBA Women's AfroBasket champion with Nigeria, 2017, 2019, and 21. And Nick Natereza, 4 league titles in the Ugandan League with the UCU Lady Cannons, representing the Pearl of Africa here on the continent.
I can't wait for first game of day 3 right now.
Tip-off here on day 3 as Senegal win the jump ball, but there is a turnover and Uganda will retain, will have the ball possession there. Nyamwenge, Perus on the inbound. There's half-court press there as Yassine Job puts pressure on Paige Robinson, and the pressure pays off here.
Like I called in the beginning of the game, Uganda needs to be very aware of how Senegal will put that pressure on them from the beginning of the game all the way to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can see that from both sides. Maybe a bit of the jitters there. Dillard finds Sen under the basket. Fast 2 points here for Senegal.
Yeah, Sen was in foul trouble her last game, but it's nice to see that they got the ball early to her.
Jana Sinde just tests the waters there, but Senegal with the rebound. Soknanjai, Dillard taps the basket, doesn't get it. Sen once again with a offensive rebound, bucket good.
If Sen continues to do that each possession, no one can stop her on this court.
It's an early quick start here for Senegal, 4-0. They lead against Uganda. Robinson, pressure from Yassine Diop. Jenna Sinde, Fex goes to the left. There's a Senegalese wall there, and Uganda will have the possession.
And as I called it, Yassinde on Uganda is being guarded by Ken, one of the best players on Senegal, and that's a great matchup to watch for this game.
Great there, Nyamwenge, as she finds Robinson, but there's a shot clock violation. Good job there from Senegal with the defense. They've managed to force Uganda into 3 possessions where they haven't scored yet.
And that's the defense of Senegal. I mean, Coach Otis, as you saw on the screen, that's what he's known for, to making sure his players are putting that pressure on constantly and full court.
Yeah, Yassine Diop was on that team that lost to Uganda in the opener in 2023, and they're not trying to make the same mistake here. Dillard doesn't drop. Soknanjai with the rebound. Yassine Diop with a second chance opportunity. 6-0 here for Senegal.
Senegal has 53 rebounds against Uganda, and they're not going to let up on the offensive board, so Uganda has to find a body and box out.
Paige Robinson with the attempt there, and it doesn't get in. Soknanjai on the floor. She's helped up by Melissa Akulu. Paige Ronaldson, Akulu, Nyamwenge takes the opportunity. Melissa gets the rebound. Another chance at points. Hope Akelo in the right place at the right time. She twists and turns, and there's a block there. Great job from Khan.
Senegal is cramping the paint.
Yassine Diop to Dillard. Attempts a second time and doesn't get it.
You see how relentless Senegal is on the offensive board. That is their DNA.
Absolutely perfect there from the captain of this team, Yassine Diop. She's up to 4 points, and Uganda are now under pressure. They're yet to get to the scoring, and 0 points. You spoke about the hustle in there. Senegal are throwing everything on the floor, and Uganda look like they just saw a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Senegalese national team, what they bring each game. They bring the physicality. They bring their strength. You see Yassine Diop going to the basket and going up strong. And we didn't see much of that in the first game because she wanted to just set the tone and the pace for the team because she is the captain. But it's nice to see her contribute on the offensive end early in this first quarter.
Well, the reaction from the fans 2 years ago after the loss to Uganda was not pretty. And that's why Senegal is starting out here very strong. The winner of this game will, of course, get a long way.
We did figure things out offensively. Is that okay? Move the ball. If we shoot, we need to crush. But only the big should crush, not the guards from the top. Is that okay? Paris, what do we say we do a number 8 on the ball screen? We go over. We do not go where? The bigs, apart from her, you need to be active. This 41 can go and get a rebound. Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. Let's go.
We can't outjump them. We can't outjump them.
Well, the instructions are very clear there from Coach Nick Natereza. They need to crush into the paint every time a shot is taken. We've seen Nyamwenge do that, Paige Robinson, but there's no one to help on the inside. Hope Akello is being out-rebounded by the Senegalese, who already have 8 rebounds inside the first 2 minutes and a half.
Yeah, we took a look into their timeout right now. The coach was still calm, saying, hey, what did we work on? What did we talk about executing in this game? If you are guarding Dillard, go over. She's a shooter. If you go under, she's smart enough to step back and pull that trigger on the three-point line. So it was just a coach being a coach, talking quietly to his team because it is going to be a long game. So we'll see if Uganda comes out and execute.
Let's see if they can execute indeed here. But looking at the opening minutes here for Senegal, they've done their work. They watched film here, and it's working for them so far.
Yeah, you see Uganda went to a 2-3 zone to stop Senegal's penetration.
Sokna Njai yet to find her range here. Khan goes to the left. There's a screen, uses it, and Paige Robinson with the rebound. Hope Akello looking at her options, goes to the basket, misses. Looks like it was very simple there. And if it was a little bit harder, it could have dropped.
Yeah, that's a great take from Akello from Uganda, but you gotta convert and make those baskets, especially being 0-8 against Senegal.
Mwenge calling for help. Paige Robinson. Paige is help on the defense there. Jen Asinde, there's a walk. Pressure on Uganda now as Senegal regain the ball possession with an opportunity to extend their lead.
Knowing that Senegal's defense is high intensity, Uganda needs to just wait for the screen and be patient and let what the defense gives you so you can have a great opportunity to score.
Senegal are playing like the champions that they are. And there's contact. Sokna Njai on the floor. Seems to be in a little bit of pain on her head, but she's okay. Looking at the replay, she backed into Hope Akello. Good rebound there from Jenna Sinde, but the ball is stolen by a Sin Job. Sokna Njai, Dillard looking for options here. Job drives into the paint. There's a foul, and that's the second team foul here for Uganda.
And that's a way for Job to do what she needs to do to get the momentum and movement of the Senegalese team. You can see her here trying to do a nice fancy move to the basket, and she gets fouled.
Be shooting 2 there for the captain of Senegal as Pui gets onto the floor, replaces Sen. Yes, in job. Postagal of Senegalese women's basketball. She's played at this competition right from 2019 at home in front of the fans, 2021 in Cameroon, 2023 in Rwanda, and now here in Cote d'Ivoire.
Just seeing her growth throughout the years of playing has been really tremendous and amazing to see. She's went from being a baby on the Senegal national team to being a veteran leader, and it's just a compliment to her.
Yeah, absolutely. Jenna Sinde misses her attempt. There's no rebound. Can runs the lane to Dillard, and just as she tries to save the ball, Nyamwenge gets it. trying to look for options here. Uganda are yet to find their rhythm, and they continue to struggle on the offensive side.
It seems like they're playing to the pace of Senegal, and that's exactly what Senegal wants to do. I always say your DNA as a team is what you need to show up on the court. You don't need to rush and play anybody's pace but your own.
And that's exactly champions material there from Senegal. They draw you in as Hopakelo on the outside. Paige Robinson trying to drive in. Attempts the ball. Elisa with the rebound. Hopakelo trying to find her range. Drops the three-pointer there. It's the first one for Uganda here as they save face going into the 5th minute here of the first quarter.
That's the shot that they need to get themselves going in this first quarter.
Dillard. Yasin Job. Pui. Pui finds Soknanjai. Attempts once again. Doesn't drop. Looks like it was a rush decision there for Senegal. Jenna Sinde finds Paige Robinson, top of the key. A lot of movement inside the paint. Hop Akelo. She's fouled.
She's really the one that's been trying to make something shake on that offensive end. She shot her three. She's been attacking the basket. You see her attacking middle, going up strong, and that's exactly what Uganda needs to get that rhythm, to get some points on the board and get the confidence, because this is definitely going to be a long game.
No surprises there. Hope Akelo is the reigning MVP in the Uganda League back home after winning a title there with the JKL Lady Dolphins. She's one of the most experienced players on this team right now. 4 league titles as well, and just you can see how calm she is, and she's able to convert on that free throw. Drops the second one as well, and now Uganda up to 5. So all the 5 points have been scored by Hopakelo here. But Senegal, fresh legs. Sarr gets her first minutes.
That was good defense by Uganda. They stayed in that 2-3, but the difference is their hands were high and out to deflect that pass, and now they're rewarded an opportunity to score.
Paige Robinson. There's pressure on the ball there from Nenenjai. Jen Asinde is fouled. Basket good. 2 extra points there for Uganda. And now we have a 2-point game.
Asinde, she's been amazing. Yesterday she had 15 points and 5 rebounds. And you see here her attacking hard to the basket to get the and one. Exactly what her team needs right now from her.
It is that court vision that really always works for Jen Asinde. Saw her shine in the last edition, and she makes it a 3-point play, and now we have a 1-point game.
Sometimes teams start off a little bit slow to get their rhythm, but now they're back in the game.
Senegal will have to react here. Pui gets to Dillard. Nenenjai. Pui gets the ball to Khan. 3-pointer. Ice in her veins right there.
She's just warming up. She was one of the young stars of Senegal on your screen right now. K number 22 showed up to play her first game with 26 points, and she has no doubt about it. When she's open, she's going to launch that three.
Absolutely. Looking at the Senegalese fans in the stadium, always traveling with this team to support them, of course led by Paco, the legendary Senegalese fan. Jenna Sinde brings down the ball, tries to cross the line, looking for options. Paige Robinson. There's a bit of a mismatch there, but ball is stolen. Sarr gets it to Dillard, and it's 3 against 2. Nenenjai with the easy basket in transition here for Senegal. Hope Pakelo turns around. Basket good.
What a strong move for Akelo. She couldn't get back on defense, but she put her hands up, got the lob, and did a powerful move up against Senegal's 34 Sar.
That is a veteran move there from Hope Pakelo. She's scored 7 of Uganda's 10 points already and misses that free throw. Sar, Dillard, Pui with the ball. Dillard for the three-pointer. There's a tussle for the ball inside the paint, and Uganda will take the possession. Sar will go off, and Sen returns as Claire Lamunu continues to have the option here in the paint. Turns around against Sen, puts the ball up, and good defense there from Sen.
The post players are battling today. I like that.
You obviously like that as someone who enjoyed playing in the paint.
Yeah, I did. And a guard too, so I know the difference, but I like to see the aggressiveness from both teams right now early in this first quarter.
A couple of changes on the floor there as Victorine Chow comes to the court. Hope Pakelo turns around, blocked by Sen. Uganda will still have an opportunity to turn things around here. It's a 4-point game with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Paige Robinson on the inbound. Jenna Sinde fights for the ball, gets it. There's a foul from Chow. And Senegal are in a bit of foul trouble here. 14 fouls.
That's just the nature of the game. When you are an aggressive defensive team, you are probably played against Guinea. They know how to move the ball, and it took them about 8 to 7 minutes to get into their rhythm, but it's here.
It's here now, and Jenna Sinde to the free throw line. She's really become the face of this Gazelles team. Just following up on what she was able to do in 2021. Jenna Sinde. Makes the first one. Up to 11, Uganda. 25 years old and played at the University of Texas at El Paso before joining Wichita. And 2 free throws there for her, and her first on the free throw line there. It's 5 for her, 7 for Hope Pakelo. Just 2 players on the scoring charts there for Uganda, but they've managed to crawl back into contention here against Senegal. Quick swatted away there by Jenna Sinde, and the ball will go to Senegal. Sen, there's defense there from Jenna Sinde, bumps into Claire Lamunu, and it is an offensive foul. Senegal in the red.
This defense from Uganda has really found their footing. They have been toes on the line, hands high, and been really aggressive on defense, giving back what Senegal gives to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at her left elbow is what stood out there. But Uganda now will have to try and attack the paint because Senegal are in foul trouble. Paige Robinson, ball stolen by Yassine Diop, who runs down the lane, bits the Ugandan defense, but doesn't score. And the ball will go to Uganda. Jamila Nancy Kombi on the floor. And Yasin Job just trying to recover from that, as we see Paige Robinson in tears. Both sets of players just having a combination. Let's see what happened there as Yasin Job bumped into Paige Robinson. Ran down the lane, just speaks to her character there. Yasin Job making sure at least they get the 2 points, and that's what it takes when you represent your country. Just getting treatment, some ice there on her head.
We hope both players are up on their feet and are okay to finish the game. I mean, when you headbutt somebody at full pace, it's gonna hurt. So we hope Robinson's okay. We hope Job is okay as they wipe the floors and see who's going to come in for both teams.
Well, looking at the body language there, Claire Lamunu talking to Jenna Sinde. They need to come down, get things going. But Hope Akella with that baseline three-pointer, impressive. And she's just managed to continue to fight inside the paint and be the leader of this team on the floor. Play resumes, but great defense there from Khan as she almost gets that ball on the inbound.
High defense from Senegal right now, and again another turnover.
Sen with the turnaround bits the defense there, but doesn't make it count. And a bit of rush decisions here from both teams. Khan, Chow, Pui, looking for options. Khan again, Pui, 1 and 2 on the inside, takes the jumper. Jenna Sinde fights for the ball, and it will be Uganda's ball.
Oh, just scrappy defense from Senegal and hustle plays that we see right now.
Well, both of these teams, of course, know that this is always going to be a highly contested encounter, as we see Timera being prepared to come on, Lena Timera. Claire Lamunu to Jenna Sinde, Jamila Nancy Kombi, they cross the line. Asinde leading from the backcourt, goes to the basket, finds Hope Akelo, beautifully done.
Nice play, a nice read by Asinde to fake it, drive to the basket and find her open teammate.
And the game is tied now at 14 with less than a minute to go. Put Nene Ndiaye. Good rebound there from Namvubia. Finds Hope Akelo on the right. She drives on the inside. They rescue the ball. Jenna Sinde. And the ball will remain. Uganda's very scrappy here between these two teams.
Yeah, they're matching the energy that Senegal is bringing, and that's what you want to see. The start of the first quarter was a little bit shaky for Uganda, but they have brought the intensity and have tied the game.
That's exactly what you want to see here between these two teams. Just the intention to want to win is very interesting here. Chow with Hope Akelo on the floor. But Uganda have another opportunity to inbound and make amends here. 18.4 seconds on the clock. Here, Akulu. Namvubia finds Akulu. Who finds the Senegalese wall, but they try to save the ball. Timera, Nene Ndiaye, fouled by Namvubia.
Yeah, Senegal knows how to capitalize on the mistakes that their opponents make, whether that's boxing out or getting a steal right here. You see Tamara just running the floor and bounce passing it to her teammate, Mimi, to go to the free throw line.
Senegal know that being able to convert on the free throw line will be very important for them here. In the last game against Uganda, at 40 years old, the veteran Aya Traore was the standout player with 29 points in Kigali, but now they'll have to look towards the youthful players on the court like Nene Njai.
And I can say that they're playing amazing and stepping up and filling those roles as veteran players have left Senegal.
Nicely done there. Perfect, timely three-pointer there for Uganda to take a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter, considering that they were 0-8 in the opening 90 seconds of this game.
Yeah, what a time for Uganda right now. Their fans are cheering behind them and excited to see them continue this momentum going into the second quarter.
Just very interesting here what we've been able to see Senegal out of the blocks in real quick fashion. 2 3-pointers for Uganda there, 1 for 5 for Senegal, but the free throws have been a talking point here on both these teams. 5 for 6 for Uganda, 3 for 4 for Senegal, and that has been quite a quarter. Let's look at the best plays here.
I mean, it's just going to be Sene. When she started off the game hot, she didn't get enough playing time in their first game against Guinea, but she started off really well, and you see Dillard driving to the paint, and then Sene doing what she does best, being there for the offensive board.
Yeah, she's turned things around and really been very important for Senegal. But looking at Melissa Akulu, she's finally found her rhythm. And Hope Akelo, what a revelation she's been here for Uganda, shooting from the corner there with a three-pointer, but also delivering the goods inside the paint.
Yeah, I can agree. She had 6 points yesterday, but today she already has 9. It's been a battle. It's been neck and neck between Uganda and Senegal this game, and each player that has played well is really stepping up this game. You see that lob from Dillard to her teammate, and they just always try to find a way to capitalize on Uganda's mistakes.
Absolutely. Claire Lamono with the perfect three-pointer there to seal what was a tough first quarter for Uganda, going down by 8 points in the opening minutes, but just doing enough to recover and take a 1-point lead. Looking at your screen, you can download the Courtside 1891 app, and you'll get all extended highlights from all the games happening across the world in the FIBA family, but also you can get live scores, the schedules, and live streams to all the action.
Akelu from Uganda has 0 points, and Kane from Senegal has 3 points. And that's what you're going to get when you have 2 amazing youth players battling against each other in this game.
Yeah, looking at the 5 that return on the court now, Jamila Nancy Kombi there, Namfubia, Jenna Sinde, Claire Lamono, and Melissa Kulu for Uganda. Dillard, Khan, Timera, tries to find Sen. Takes the attempt there. Jenna Sinde with a very timely rebound. Rebounds now for Uganda. Jenna Sinde will take control. There's a foul.
We talked about in the last game how Asende and Akelu really work well together on that high-low post movement, and you could see Asende dumping in the ball to Akelu to get her started in this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. Akulu gets the 2 points, her first in this game, and she's been, pushing and doing so much work on defense, but finally rewarded now on offense. Great eyesight there for Dillard to find Nene, but the defense there from Uganda was something to write home about. Namvubia finds Jenna Sinde to Claire Lamono, fecks inside the paint. There's a foul.
What a fake and move from Lamunu, as she ended the first quarter with an amazing three-point shot at the buzzer. Here she's getting deep in the paint, fakes, and goes up and gets fouled by Ken.
She realizes that there's a mismatch inside the paint and takes use of it. And Can, of course, 2 personal fouls. Very frustrated. But Soknanjai will come back on the floor as Otis Hewley Jr. changes tactics. Lamunu makes the first one. Great support there for Uganda in the stands. Claire Lamunu, her husband Taylor Kennedy in the stands as well, here to support her all of the way. 21 points now, 16 for Senegal, 21 for Uganda. Taylor, Soknanjai finds Sen. Ball is stripped away there by Melissa Akulu. Sen tries to use the best line, turns around, and there's a foul. Second offensive foul here for Sen.
I really like that move, but, you know, if you can't battle with the ref, she went and attacked and just, you know, sometimes when you're being so strong, you kind of might have bumped your opponent, but great move from Sene.
Now Uganda have found their rhythm now and just trying to work hard. It is basket good there for Jen Asinde. And Senegal will try to work around their defense, but looking at the move there from Jenna Sinde on the left side, the basket is not counted after all.
No, it was a foul on the floor, but again, a good attack to the basket by Asinde to get her rhythm and break down the defense of Senegal, because they're pressuring. If you're pressured too much, jab right, jab left, and go to the basket.
Good defense there from Dillard. And Senegal have consistently done a good job every time they put pressure on Uganda in the inbounds, and they forced Uganda to make at least 4 turnovers so far from that perspective. But Dillard falling on her hip there, we hope that she's okay. She gets off the ground and will resume play. Pri on the inbound, 2 personal fouls for Melissa Akulu. Pri finds Dillard, back to Pri on the baseline, gets the ball to Soknanjai. Timera, drive on the baseline there. There's good Ugandan defense. Timera with the attempt, and she drops the 3 points.
And that started from the great ball movement Senegal had. From every player on the court touched the ball, and that's exactly the rhythm that they like to play in when they move the ball left and right.
Well, there's a technical foul there to the Senegalese bench, and Uganda will take the free throw on the other side.
Well, knowing this tactic, I know Coach Otis very well. He is a passionate coach for his players, and you see here Tamara throws up that 3-point shot, but sometimes that technical from the coach can really rattle up the energy from your players, because he got that for them. So we'll see if that helps Senegal continue the pace that they need to create a lead.
On the other side, Jana Sinde makes the free throw. There's a call there from the referee. Let's see what it's about. Play will resume. Substitution there as Paige Robinson and Hopakelo come back on. Namfubia and Melissa Akulu will head to the bench. We have a breather.
Yeah, we haven't seen Robinson since she had bumped her head in the first quarter. So it's nice to see her back fresh on the court right now in the second half and quarter.
Jamila with a three-pointer from the baseline. Timely there for Uganda. 6-point lead here for the Gazelles. Pressure on Senegal. Pui looking for options. Inside the paint you have Khadija Faye. Timera calling for the ball on the left side. Once again, attempts the three-pointer. Doesn't get in, hits the rim. And the ball will go to the Gazelles.
You see the full court pressure here from Senegal to disrupt the flow that Uganda has been in to put points on the board.
Now Paige Robinson with the first 2 points in this game.
We could say she's okay, right?
She's okay. She looks okay. There you go, Khadija Faye with the ball inside the paint. There's a tight Ugandan defense. There's a push, and the foul will go to Uganda's second team foul here for the Gazelles inside 3 minutes, and 4 for Senegal. Dillard gets the ball to Pui. Sokna Njai. Jenna Sinde with the rebound, just runs down the floor.
There's a mismatch under the
ball
basket.
there to Claire Lamunu. Uganda with the extra points and a 10-point lead here. 7 points there for Claire Lamunu. Diled, Timera, Khadija Faye inside the paint. Sokna Njai, Jamila Nasikondi trying to get that ball. Pui doesn't get it. And Senegal will have another opportunity to make amends here as Yassine Diop returns. But as it stands, Uganda have scored 12 points in the second quarter and limited Senegal to just 3. And that 3 was Timera's finish on the left. Yassine Diop. There's a shot clock violation, and Uganda have yet another opportunity to extend their lead here. Jenna Sinde, Paige Robinson comes down the clock. Paige Robinson trying to beat the Senegalese zone. Jenna Sinde to the left, inside the paint, finds Claire Lamunu.
Sometimes when Senegal is pressuring too high, that's what's going to happen. You're overplay. And you see that drive from Asende to pass it to her teammate.
Wow, beautifully done in transition there from Paige Robinson. Back-to-back baskets, and Uganda and now leading 33-19 for Senegal. Look at the replay there. Jenna Sinde driving on the left, but the find inside the paint there under the rim for Claire Lamunu. And on the other side with a turnaround, Paige Robinson in fine fashion since coming back from the bench after that injury. Well, let's listen in to the timeouts.
Okay, now let's try fist. Because y'all not guarding nobody. They just going one-on-one, drawing help and kicking it. They made a few shots, but we can't shoot threes. We got to penetrate the gaps, jump stop, pump fake, and score or pass out of it. As soon as you get in here, they're conversion. You got to pass out of it or pass into it. Get in the lane. Stop settling for jump shots.
Hey, no, fight, yo. Let's go. You gotta fight back, y'all.
All right, you've been down before. Okay. 5 here, 4 horns, and then ball screen. Point guard here. 5, 4, 5 dives. Go to 1, set the ball screen. Let's look. Get in the lane. You gotta make a shot. Hey, fist. D on 3. 1, 2, 3.
There you had it, Iffy. The instructions are very clear. Can they execute the Lionesses?
Absolutely, they can, but it just sometimes the rhythm of the game can get caught up in the mind of a player. We heard Coach Oda say from the Senegalese national team, don't just settle for jump shots. Penetrate the middle, penetrate the gap while Uganda's in the zone. If they collapse, then you kick it out for your three-point shot. Then you kick it out for your, two-point jumper. But don't just settle, because that's what Uganda wants them to do.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 minutes, 38 seconds here to play in the second quarter. Senegal they have 14 fouls, so they also have to be careful there as Pui finds Harange inside the paint with a quick 2 points execution there for the Lionesses. Hope Okello, Nancy Kombi, Hope again, attempts the three-pointer, doesn't drop, gets the rebound. Nancy Kombi fights for it inside the paint. And Senegal, good pressure there from Dilad, the point guard of Senegal.
The floor general getting up and at it right now to get that momentum for Senegal, because they're down and they just need some type of energy to just get and have in the second quarter.
Sokna Ndiaye finds Khadija Faye, comes up against Hop. Good rebound there from Nancy Kombi. There's a foul on Pui as she tried to stop Nancy Kombi on the baseline. There it is. Senegal are officially in the red, shooting 2 for Uganda. Look at the rebound, the way that she gets off the ground, and that leg is what brought problems there for Pui.
Looking at the statistics from their 2 earlier games against Guinea, Uganda had 25 offensive rebounds against Guinea, and Senegal had 16. So we know that they both like to go to the offensive boards and rebound and get second chance points. But because both teams like to do that, you have to know where each person is at and put a body on somebody and box out.
That is 9 for 11 on the free throw line there for Uganda. Very definitive for them in this game against Senegal. As the ball is stolen here, Nancy Kombi down the lane, has Robinson on the right. She attempts, and it doesn't drop. Jenna Sinde with the option and the rebound. As a foul, and she'll go to the free throw line because Senegal are in foul trouble.
Sinde definitely knows how to use her body right here. You see her attack left. She knows how to use her body and know the right time to throw the ball up and to shoot it to get that foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Uganda with a 13-point lead here in the second quarter. Yasin Job is trying to have a conversation with the ref, but Sokna Ndiaye heads to the bench. She's been important for Senegal, yet to score, but most of the things she does inside the paint with the 4 rebounds is very important in the general grand scheme of things. Another free throw here for Jenna Sinde and Uganda. Dillard trying to get options here, finds Pui on the right. Khadija asking for the ball on the inside, but Claire Lamonu has it covered. Dillard finds Yasin Job, who attempts the 3, and
yeah, that's a great defense from Uganda. Usually when any team is in a zone, you send a player in that high post, but they denied it. And Uganda broke down Senegal's offense, and that's why they were able to turn the ball over.
Yeah, that's why the coach say they should try to get inside, but things are not working for them yet. Paige Robinson finds Nancy Kombi, fakes, finds Hope Okello for. It doesn't drop there, and the ball referees are having a conversation there in terms of where the ball should go. It looks like it came off Yasin Job, but we wait. Uganda's ball. Paige Robinson Senegal with a woman-to-woman defense there to try and deny Uganda. Claire Lamonu looks at her options on the baseline, gets on the inside. She's alone and loses the ball. Dillard picks it up. Can with the 2 points there, very timely for Senegal.
And we saw that transition from Senegal in the early start of the first quarter, so it's nice to see them have some type of rhythm and then get the turnover right now. That is what they want to do to get back into this game.
That was very uncharacteristic there from Hope Okello. She says sorry to Paige Robinson as Nancy Combi is arrested there. In comes Perus Nyamwenge. Perus Nyamwenge will try to guard Dillard. Can. Pui. Ball is still on the outside. Haven't yet used Khadija Faye. There she is from the 45% angle. And Khadija Faye gets the rebound. Great opportunity, extra 2 points here for Senegal. 10-point game with 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Uganda, Jana Sinde trapped there, it's double. Khan seems to be in a lot of pain on the floor. Expected this physicality, of course, between these two teams. Both teams will go to the timeout.
This is you. Is that okay? So screen we're running diamond. This is page. There is back screen. But clear out, don't stand in here, okay? Get open. Is that okay? Cross screen and then pin down. Looking for this. Is that okay? The people playing the side. Jen and you need to watch the cutters. When the ball goes this way, you need to watch the cutters. Please, from the weak side or even the strong side, because this cutter clears, you need to move with her. Is that okay? Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, stop that pass to the big.
Yes.
Stop that pass.
Strong. 1, 2, 3, strong.
Well, there you have it from Coach Nick Natuhereza. They're trying to see how to stop those passes to Khadija Faye inside the paint. She managed to get a basket on the last play there when she had the opportunity, and with 10-point difference here, 2 minutes 49 seconds to go, they're trying to see how to extend their lead, the Uganda Gazelles. But Ifi, what has stood out here for you today for Uganda?
I mean, they're playing amazing in the second quarter, defending, blocking that high post is what's really have helped them stop Senegal's offense.
There you have it. Claire Lamonu tries to go to the basket, doesn't make it. Yasinja through the lane. Hope Okello trying to stop her, and there's a walk. Senegal will be disappointed with that. They had done a good job on defense on the other side, and Uganda, well, inbound. Paige Robinson to Nyamwenge. Back to a zone themselves, Senegal. Jen Asinde tries to look for options inside the paint, and there's a foul that has been called. She'll go to the free throw line here, Jen Asinde.
Anytime you want to score when a team is playing you a zone, you just go to the high post, and that's exactly what Asinde did. She fakes left, she goes back right, and gets the foul.
She's 5 for 6 on the free throw line, 83.3% there for Jana Sinde. She's not exactly the player you want to foul when you're in the red, but 2 minutes, 25 seconds here. But every time that Senegal want to get going and find their rhythm, score, steal the ball, they get stopped. What do you think they need to do, Ifi,
I think that when they are attacking the basket, they're going up, and that's when they're getting hit. Use your 2 feet, 1, 2, step through, and that's exactly what Yasende has been doing. That's how she's getting her foul, because she has a stable base. Continue to go to 5 on that high post and let the defense of Uganda spread out like that.
And talking about that, Khadija Faye has been putting herself in good positions so far. Look at that right now, coming up against the Ugandan defense. She almost gets it. And Pui looking for options. Dillard, Yasin Job from the best line. And there is a shot clock violation there, but they managed to keep it alive. Pui looking for options. Ball is stolen by Nyamwenge. Gets it to Jen. Good defense there from Khan. Something going for her finally. She got a bit frustrated earlier, and the bump will be called as a foul. Not as a foul, actually, just loss of possession. Dillard gets the ball to Khadija Faye.
And that's exactly where I'm saying the ball needs to be for Senegal, in that high post area, to drag that Uganda defense to play man-to-man, and so Faye can have the opportunity and space to go to work.
And conversation and support there from Jenna Sinde in terms of how they'll have to deal with Khadija Faye. 1 minute, 43 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Senegal with the opportunity to inbound. Khan, Dillard, Yasin Job, 3-point attempt there, no. Jenna Sinde steals the ball. Hope Okello looking for options. Triples down the court, trying to find her teammates here. Jenna Sinde attempts the 3-pointer. It doesn't get in, bounces off the rim, and Senegal will recover. Dillard finds Yasin Job to Khan, and the rebound. Pui gets it in the corner on the best line, but there's nowhere to go. Claire Lamunu. And there's a foul that has been called there, straight to the free throw line for Uganda.
Uganda has changed their energy and pace, but it has all started with defense, defense, defense. They have been getting up into the faces and the jerseys of Senegal and not allowing easy attempts as they did in the first 8 minutes of the first quarter. And that's what has changed for Uganda.
Looking at the way that Uganda are playing now, they've managed to find their own style and suck Senegal into it, and that's what's working for them right now. There's a change on the floor. Jenna Sinde will head to the bench. In comes Sharon Chirabo Nangobi. Claire Lamunu misses the first free throw. She was 2 for 2 before that. 12-point game. Misses the second one. Good rebound there from Khan. She looks for options here. Khadija Faye calling for the ball. Yasin Job fakes on the left, but drives into the paint. Attacks the defense there. Khan as a rebound. Good from Claire Lamunu. Paige Robinson through the middle. Tries to go to the left, but Yasin Job is just in front of her. Paige. Good defense there from Khadija Faye. Runs down the lane. Khan, Yasin, and Nene Ndiaye. Nene Ndiaye had an opportunity to make it a 3-point play, but doesn't. Let's look at the steal there.
You see the steal and the running of Khan, where she passes it to her teammate Ndiaye and gets the foul.
Well, finally Senegal have an opportunity here to make it count, as Nene Ndiaye goes to the free throw line. She has a chance to breathe in and breathe out and just prepare to make that fast one. 2 for 2 earlier. It's up to 4 points. Makes the fast one. one of the young players on this Senegalese team as they continue their rebuild.
Yeah, you like her energy that she has brought into the team when she gets those minutes on the floor.
Good rebound there from Khadija Faye for the second chance opportunity here, and it is indeed finally a three-point play.
Very impressed with Faye. She has bringing the energy for Senegal.
That was a bit lackluster there from Shakira Namfubia. She's really struggled every time that she's been given an opportunity here in terms of the way that she takes care of the ball. And that's a second turnover. Nyamwenge finds Melissa Kulu. Nyamwenge tries to get into the paint, doesn't get the basket, gets the rebound. And that will be the end of the second quarter here. Uganda 37-28 for Senegal. The Gazelles of Uganda just being able to turn things around after going down 0-8 in the opening minutes of the game. They'll be proud of their effort here, but let's look at what stood out for them here, the Gazelles, and what happened to Senegal eventually after a great start. The Palais des Sports here in Abidjan in Côte d'Ivoire. 3 for 10 from the three-point line, 2 for 11 for Senegal. The free throws here, 12 for 17. They've managed, the Gazelles, to ask questions of that Senegalese defense. 25 rebounds for Senegal, 1 more for Uganda, 12 assists. They've been moving that ball around, but the 14 turnovers here for the Gazelles has really been a problem.
Two things have stood out to me. Let's take a look at the top scorers. Asende has 9, Lemunu has 9, and Ekilu has 9. They're playing great together. And on the Senegalese national team, Job has 5, and Njine has 5 as well. And so we'll see how they come out. But I mean, the two things that stood out for me is the assist and the way that Uganda has been passing the ball. And not only that, attacking the basket, 12 for 17 versus Senegal's 4-6. That is the reason why they are up by 9 against Senegal, because they are being aggressive.
Absolutely, and let's look at the second quarter plays that really stood out for both of these teams.
I mean, both teams have been playing, and that's what I said. They are attacking the basket, dribbling in, and finding their open player. And it's just been amazing to see how they started off so slow in the first quarter, and Uganda has led the way 37-28 versus Senegal.
Just looking at both of these teams, Asinde finding Claire Lamono on that one. There was a Senegalese wall, but she bit it, and just being able to extend that lead for Uganda. It's the combination, the chemistry there for the Gazelles that has really helped them turn things around here. But the never give up attitude as well has been important for Nick Natureza's team. Well, Uganda will be pleased with the way that things have ended here at the halftime, but there's still so much basketball to be played. We'll be back after the halftime break.
We ready? You cameras. Okay.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
and drive. Not rising, we are arriving. Not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned. Taken. Undeniable. The future, it's already here.
Forged in sweat, ruled by queens. When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own countries, but also in the international basketball world.
dames, si possible, je pars sur ce côté avec mon XP, le meilleur sponsor de tous les temps. J'ai besoin d'une dame ici, 8 femmes, 8 dames, ou juste les shoots, il y a bien simple. Alors je pars Uganda. Alors je pense qu'on va revenir tout à l'heure encore avec One Expert. Si tu as un problème sur ton compte, il faut prendre le numéro de bonheur qui est le 05 84 03 41 41 et encore le 05 84 32 74 74. Merci.
Welcome back from that halftime break. We look at Hope Okello, 9 points here for Uganda, 43% from the field, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. But what has really stood out here for you away from the statistics that has made Hope Okello stand out here for Uganda?
She came out being on flames today. She only had 6 points against Guinea last night, but she's coming out here and showing that leadership tonight with the percentage and the way that she's playing with confidence, with strength. And this is why, one of the reasons why Uganda is leading by 9.
Yeah, they're not just depending on Hope Okello. Claire Lamono as well with the 9 points has been impressive here inside the paint. But as you can see, it is really a game of the bigs.
It is the game of the bigs, getting the ball inside. That's exactly what they have been doing. Ascende has been attacking the basket and facilitating to her teammates. She is leading the team with 9 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And you just want to see a leader and the captain of the team doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope Okello just, of course, continues to show what she can do on the international stage. She's played 3-on-3 very many times, but here come the bigs of Senegal, Sen, Soknanjai, Khadija Faye, and Sar. They've really tried to weave things around inside the paint and get some of those rebounds for Senegal, but they're down at the break. And let's look at the numbers, the leaders. 5 points here for Job, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists for Dylan.
I mean, Senegal knows the type of team that they are, that they need to rally together and play together, get that chemistry, play hard, and step up to the plate. Right now, you know who you are. You were in the championship in 2023 against Nigeria, taking second place in that Afro women's basket. So what are you made of? We are here to represent our country with pride. And here we see Sin has 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And as I was telling you during timeout, I want to see the ball in her hand. I want to see Senegal play inside out, and I really do think that they have amazing players, but she is the key, because when she is in the game without foul trouble and they are passing it to her, they have been up and leading.
Yeah, Sen, of course, one of the veterans of this very serious and ambitious Senegalese team. She played in that last AfroBasket last year. so brings that experience here. Khadija Faye, one of the players that have come through the ranks, played for Senegal at the under-18s just 5 years ago and now graduated to the senior team.
And Faye has been doing amazing. No matter if she's getting the ball, she's doing the little things that making it count. And you don't really see those things on the statistics. But it's nice to see when you're watching the game that this young player has come on the court and no matter what, is fighting to the end.
You see that in the way that they approach the game here. The Gazelles of Uganda will be proud of that performance in the first 2 quarters, but they still so much basketball to be played. 17 points for Uganda in the first quarter, 16 for Senegal, 20 for Uganda in the second quarter, and 12 for Senegal. They've outscored the record African champions in the first 2 quarters, but there's so much basketball yet to be played here. Let's listen in to Coach Nick Nachereza.
They're going to come try and get back in the game. It's on us to keep in control. Is that okay? We're going angle and new. Let's go.
Hey, 1-3, 1-3.
You guys understand? Come on, let's go. Look at it. See? This is offensive. Look at it. The moment that there's a pass here we move cut in here. We want to check every ball.
Well, there it is, the Nigerian energy on the Senegalese bench there from the assistant coach. But just quickly, you can download the Courtside 1891 app and get extended highlights, scores, live scores from everything happening within the FIBA family, and of course, everything happening here in Abidjan at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket 2025. Uganda return onto the court. Paige Robinson, Jen Asinde, Hope Akelo, and of course, Perus Nyamwenge and Melissa Akulu. For Senegal, there will be the same players that we've seen earlier: Yassine Diop, Dillard, Sen, Khan, and Sokna Njai, to battle it out here against Uganda. Well, there it is. Senegal will inbound the ball. Khan gets the ball to Dillard. Off we go here in the third quarter. 37 for Uganda, 28 for Senegal. Sokna Njai with the fast attempt at the basket. 2 chances, doesn't drop. And there's a foul that has been called on Melissa Akulu.
That was a great attack and a great offensive start for Senegal. The way that she had poise to drive middle, get her own shot and put it back up, and now she's heading to the line.
Sokna Njai makes the first one there. First point for Senegal here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we want to see this aggressiveness going to the line because, again, Uganda has 12 for 17 on the free throw line and now just 5 for 8 for Senegal.
7-point game there, Ifi, as Nyamwenge looks for options here. Ball is stolen by Dillard. Runs down the lane, finds Yassine Diop, easy layup, and it is a quick 4 points here for Senegal.
And this is the same rhythm they played in the first quarter. Now they're in a high 1-2-2 zone defense right now, putting pressure on Uganda.
Robinson, Jen Asinde. Ball is stolen once again. Transition here, Yassine Diop with the ball. Is Dillard on the best line, as Uganda try to save face here. Sen, Dillard to Yassine Diop, who goes through the middle, uses the glass, and Senegal will stay with the ball possession. 5-point game here, pressure on Uganda.
Even though they didn't make that, again, they got the ball in to Sen, and that draws 3 Ugandan players on her to allow Job to be able to get that floater down the middle.
There it is, Khan with the opportunity to score, but there's a turnover here. Paige Robinson running down the lane, goes to the right, is fouled by Khan. And Uganda have an opportunity here to make amends. 5 points for Khan and 3 personal fouls now. Goes to Job, actually. Yassin Job, 3 personal fouls. Senegal just looking around and trying to recover from that call. Paige Robinson. First trip to the free throw line there. Next Uganda's first point here in the third quarter. First trip on the free throw line. Next the second one as well. Uganda up to 39. And Senegal with the 32. Dillard. Yassin Job finds Sen inside the paint. There's help there from Melissa. Khan, Soknandiai, Yassin Job with a 3-point attempt. Jen just trying to get the ball there, but there's a foul. Second team foul here.
That's Robinson's first foul, but we like the energy of Engine right now. She has been the one in the first to be attacking the basket in this third quarter. But you want to see her take her time on the free throw line and put some points on the scoreboard for Senegal.
Soknandiai drops the second one there. 6-point game here for Senegal. Nyamwenge gets the ball to Robinson, back to Nyamwenge, drives into the paint. There's help there. And it's a bad pass there.
And that all started from the Senegal's 1-2-2 zone defense. It's like they're mimicking the exact same energy they brought in the first quarter. But can they have this for the entire rest of the second half?
Well, there's a change on the floor, and in comes Jamila Nancy Kombi to try and take control of the ball after those forced turnovers there for Uganda. Soknandiai using the best line, finds Sen inside, and there's a foul on Jen Asinde.
As Senegal goes inside to Sin, that's exactly what they need to break down Uganda's defense, is getting the ball to their post players, which is Sin or Engine right here. I love a little 4-on-5 post player combination right there.
They've done a good job here, Senegal, in terms of forcing Uganda to make 3 team fouls inside the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds of this third quarter. It's working for them so far. Sen misses the second one, and Genacinda with a rebound out to Paige Robinson.
Again, Senegal still in that high 1-2-2, trying to disrupt the offense of Uganda.
Genacinda, air ball there. Khan on the other side, misses in transition. Jamila Nancy Kombi picks up the rebound and just telling her teammates to come down here. Gets the ball to Hope Akelo. Uganda yet to break down this Senegal zone. And yet another turnover here.
Yeah, this is exactly the way Uganda started in the first quarter, with little but to none intensity. So I wonder if it's going to build back up soon in this third quarter to keep the lead.
There's pressure on Uganda right now as they've gone 3 possessions without scoring. Dillard misses there. Sen with a rebound, and Jenna Sinde fighting for the ball, and it will be Uganda ball. Uganda continue to try and look for answers here against this Senegal woman-to-woman zone defense. Nancy Kombi, they lose the ball. Can 2 against 2. 2 points here for Senegal.
We love to see the energy from her, and this offense started from Senegal's defense, having their hands high up and getting that turnover and attacking the basket. You see right here, they get the steal, and Can goes all the way up being aggressive to count the 2-point basket.
The versatility here for Can to run in transition and deliver the goods has been very important for Senegal. They up to 8 points and just 2 for Uganda in this timeout.
So that means someone you need to get up, pass the ball on the weak side. Jen flash high post. Jen, when you get the ball high post, you need to be aggressive. You can't be thinking. Is that okay? Come on. And then, if the ball can't get to Jen, the person on the weak side needs to come up so that we pass the ball across. Don't pass the ball in traffic. Stay up, this side. If you pass the ball to Jen, guess what? You clear out the weak side. If you have nothing, you reverse it. Screen and pop on the weak side. Come on.
Alright, pick it up on 3. Pick it up on 3. Pick it up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, there it is. If the instructions from Nick Natteras of Uganda.
Yeah. The coach was saying, like, you don't need to force anything. You guys are forcing the ball in the spots that shouldn't be forced. Play in the same rhythm and momentum that you did in the second quarter to continue to strive and keep this lead.
Now let's see if they'll execute. It's one thing to say that in the timeout and have everyone agree to it, but will they do what the coach said? Jenasinde attacks the defense there, is fouled, and it will be shooting 2 for Jenasinde and Uganda. Soknanjai is helped up.
As I said it in the beginning, Asende definitely knows how to use her body and create that contact, and that's exactly the momentum and the shot that Uganda needs to put some points on the board. Yes, they're up by 3, but their energy was a bit down in the start of the 4 minutes to start of this quarter.
Jenasinde connects to make the first one. And she's up to 10 points. First player in double digits here today. San with a rebound. Yasin Job. Can. Waits for Dillard. Dillard. Can. Looking for options. Good find there to Soknanjai under the bucket.
A great cut and a great find for the floor general, Dillard.
And that's exactly what Senegal want to do here. Hope Akello tries to find Claire Lamona inside the paint. There's a tussle for the ball and jump ball. It will go to Senegal. 2-point game here. Uganda starting to feel the pressure on the court.
We see right here, scramble for the ball. Those 50-50 balls will absolutely be the determining factor and who wins the most in this game.
You've been inside dressing rooms with Otis Hewley Jr. and you can imagine what he said at the halftime break.
I can, and there's no repeating anything at this point.
Well, there it is. Can at the best line. Looks for Dillard, floor general. Yasin Job through the middle, finds Can. Can also drives. And the ball will stay in Senegal's hands.
I love the flow of how Senegal is playing. They are playing that inside-out game, which is spreading the Ugandan defense, and that's why they have so much more options on offense.
Looking at Dillard here, she finds Soknanjai, but this time unable to connect. With a bit of contact there. Robertson finds Jamila Nansikombi. Jenasinde bits Sen, gets to the bucket, uses the board. 2 points.
That is definitely going to be on the highlight. Asende is doing what she does best, and that is finding ways to get into the paint and leading this team.
They've had to earn those 2 points, Uganda, and just needed that in terms of their approach to the game. Yasin Job, good hands there. Dillard fighting for the ball. It will be Uganda's ball. but the hustle is real out here.
Yeah, I don't know how many times we've seen these 50-50 dives on the floor for the ball, but again, the accumulation of that is going to be the winner of this game.
Yeah, we've seen that these two teams can go head-to-head with each other. Senegal, of course, with the 11 FIBA Women's AfroBasket titles, most successful team on the African continent. But Uganda are rising. They're playing at a second consecutive competition here, edition, and they want to show that they belong here at the high table. Paige Robinson. Hope Akelo drives, bits Soknanjai, gets the ball to Claire Lamono, she misses. And there is a shot clock violation. Good defense there from Senegal. Yassin Job, well inbound to Dillard. The referees are having a conversation just to make sure they're on the same page. Guy Kolo from Cameroon briefs David Manuel from Angola. Back to Imen Tahmi from Algeria. Well, there it is. Uganda will take the ball possession after conversation between the referees here. Frustration on the face of Otis Hewley Jr. Play will resume here. Jenna Sinde fecks there to the left. Gets the ball to Nancy Combi. Paige Robinson with a three-point attempt. Doesn't get it. Senegal with the very important rebound here. Soknanjai finds Yassin Job. Sen to Khan. There is a foul on Claire Lamonu. 4 team fouls already for Uganda here. Let's look at the replay. Khan. And the hand there, the left hand on Sen, is exactly why that call has been made. 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Senegal ball. Gets the ball to Soknanjai. Incredible job there. Sen with the rebound, turns around. Lamono almost gets the ball. There's a fight for it. Jenna Sinde. And the tussle is very scrappy there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very physical game from start to finish. Actually, every game here in this Afro women's basketball tournament has been very physical, but all teams know that. And so just to see them with work and fight for their country and that pride, it's just really enjoyable to watch.
Khan Dillard with a three-point attempt, drops it. That's the third three-pointer here for the Lionesses of Teranga, and they make it a one-point game now. Pressure on Uganda. Nancy Combi finds Robinson to the right. There's a screen there from Okelo. Nancy Combi goes through the middle. There's a block there from Khadija Faye. And there's a foul that has been called. Shooting 2 for Nancy Combi. Goes through the middle. Look at the replay there. Just tries to get to the ball, but the fact that she was moving, that is a foul on Nancy Combi.
I'm sorry, on that last timeout, that's exactly what the coach was saying. It was the middle is open. Find a way to attack the middle and the gaps against Senegal's defense. And they did a tremendous job with that, going to the line as many times as they have in today's game.
Well, there it is. Two-point game here. She manages to connect with one. Good defense there from Paige Robinson as Dillard was trying to find Yassin Job. Dillard, Khadija Faye through the middle. Good eyes to find Soknanjai, who connects once again from under the hoop. game tied, 43 up. Soknanjai up to 7 points here against Uganda. The Gazelles, Nancy Kombi, top of the key. Solid defense here from Senegal. Miscommunication. Nancy Kombi was trying to find Claire Lamunu, and the Senegalese fans with the beautiful drums up in arms.
This is the energy that Senegal loves and thrives off of. Their fans are up on their feet and they're playing well. They were down 9 at halftime, and now the game is tied, and we'll see how they continue to keep this pace and rhythm for Senegal.
Good defense there, good hands from Uganda, but Senegal will regain the ball there as Khan calls for her teammates to reorganize themselves. The substitution on the floor, Melissa Akulu coming on for Jamila Nancy Kombi. Khan. Dillard finds Yasin Job. Dillard can looking for the options. They want to go through the middle. Khadija Fai finds Yasin Job. Easy jumper from the best line.
I will say this time and time again, when you get the ball to Fai, she makes something happen, whether that she's shooting it herself or she's finding her open teammate. But for Dillard to see how that could be critical point and position for Senegal to score.
Yeah, absolutely important here. There's a tussle for the ball inside the paint there. Khadija Fai with an important rebound there as Khan gets herself into the fight for the ball. She looks to be in pain, but she's okay.
This has been a momentum game. Bodies flying in every other possession in this game, and Uganda is just trying to continue to run their pace and not fight or go into the way that Senegal wants them to play fast.
Senegal with the 17 points so far here in the third quarter is the most that they've scored in a quarter in the game already, and there's 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock. Dillard gets the ball to Soknanjai, the best line back to Khan, top of the key. Khan tries to find Dillard with a three-point attempt, and it is a foul. Shooting three on the free throw line there as Melissa Akulu gets contact with Dillard.
That's what you want to see from your floor general, is to be able to take those open shots and then draw the contact. She's rewarded 3 shots at the free throw line right now.
Senegal have done a good job of limiting Uganda to 6 points here in the third quarter, while scoring 18 now with that free throw from Dillard, who goes up to 4 points.
You can see that Senegal is a seasoned team, very, very seasoned team, seasoned national team over Uganda. And I know when they came back out in the second half that they were very calm and they knew, okay, we didn't do the best that we could in the first half, but here we are making a way to continue to fight to the end.
Yeah, they say that games are made in the third quarter, and Senegal are showing that experience and character here against Uganda. The Gazelles are yet to find themselves a shadow of what they did in that second quarter, but the foul situation also doesn't help right now. Celebration there from the bench. Matilda Job will come on for her first minutes in this one, replaces Soknanjai.
If I was Uganda or one of the 5 players on the court, I would just be calm, run the pace that our team knows how to run the pace. We don't have to run to the or do anything different than we did before because they were up. So knowing that mentally, this is where mental toughness comes in. When you were up and then you get down, and those are the courses of a game. So who on Uganda will step up? They have so many players that can do that at any time, but who's going to take that advantage with 1 minute and 23 seconds left in the third quarter?
Well, you have Hope Okello on the floor, Jen Asinde there, some of the experienced players on the court, Claire Lamono as well. Let's see what they can deliver. Evelyn Nachiinji on the floor now for the first time here today. Jen Asinde trying to use the best line. Senegalese wall there on the best line, and she loses the ball. And that's the impact that Matilda Job is bringing here in her first minutes of this game.
Yeah, when you're a player that haven't played at any point until now in the third quarter, you have to do something to give your coach the confidence to keep you on the floor.
Absolutely. Chow Victorine gets the ball to Khan. Almost has her length there, but doesn't. Jen Hope Okello gets the ball to Paige Robinson. Okello. Jen bumps there into the Senegalese defense, but she looks like she's in pain. Dillard. Jana Sinde found a Senegalese wall there, and they have a 6-point lead here with 37.9 seconds. She gets a high five there, and the chest clamp from the coach Otis Hewley Jr. and the fans in the crowd of Senegal give her what she deserves, gives her her flowers. But Victorine Chow on the floor now to take matters into her own hands. Can Nenejai, Khadija Fai, Can finds Chow. There's contact. It's an offensive foul.
Senegal has scored 21 points in this quarter alone, just from their ball movement, being on the same line, being on the same page, starting from defense, while Uganda only scored 6 points.
That's very dismal from Uganda. Of course, you can see the frustration there on the face of Nikna Teresa, but on the other side, Senegal being able to dig into their qualities as a team, but also from the individuals, and it's really working for them. Hope Okello, top of the key. There's pressure from Pui. And the ball will still go to Uganda, but the intentions are very clear there from the coaches, from the players. They want to win this game because the team that leads this group will have 2 extra days of rest and will qualify directly to the quarterfinals. Claire Lamono under the hoop is fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
That's one of the key things that Uganda did in the first half, was get to the free throw line, and they haven't got there much this quarter, and maybe that's what they need. So it's nice to see Lamunu take their time to go back up and draw that contact and get to the free throw line.
It is a fast foul there for Ndiaye, and Senegal now are also in the red, just like Uganda. 3 seconds on the clock. And there is a technical foul. Again, this time to the Senegalese coach. Makes it count. Paige Robinson and Lamono will take her place as well. That's the confirmation there, the technical foul on Otis Hewley Jr. Earlier on, Senegal, the bench was also given the technical foul. As you see, the color on Lamono's nails there, the black, yellow, and red, the national colors of Uganda. 5-point game here with 3 seconds to play. She drowns the second one. 45 for Uganda, 49 for Senegal. And there it is, the end of the third quarter. A 4-point game here. 45 for Uganda, 49 for Senegal. An impressive third quarter here for the Lionesses of Teranga. 21 points, like you said, Ify, in that third quarter. A very standout performance for Otis Hewlett Jr.'s side. But let's look at the numbers here. 18 for 26 from the free throw line for Uganda. 12 for 17 now for Senegal. 3 threes for the Lionesses of Teranga. And really, they've done a great job to just stay in this game.
I mean, the third quarter best plays. You could see the floor general, Dillard, passing the ball to Job as she goes to the paint. Another steal and more turnovers for Uganda. And if they just focus on their passing and their movement, a lot of these easy baskets for Senegal will not happen. But again, they are playing aggressive defense. You see that, again, another steal and a throw to Can as she goes directly to the basket.
Yeah, they've gotten that energy from the halftime break in the dressing room. Whatever was said was absolutely perfect as Dillard continues to find Sokna Jai under the basket, and easy 2 points there for her just to put pressure on Uganda. But on the other side, Jenna Sinde finds her distance on the best line, gets those 2 extra points, but the 8 points for Uganda is just not enough at this point.
Oh, Lillard has been doing all that she can. She's finding the middle man, which is finding the high-low for Senegal. And as I said, if they get the ball in the paint, they will definitely continue to win this lead.
Looking at Uganda, the Gazelles, well, you can download the Courtside 1891 app on your phone, get live streams to the games, schedules, and everything happening across the world in the FIBA family, but of course, the FIBA Women's AfroBasket as well. There it is, Otis Hewlett Jr. preparing the Lionesses of Teranga for the last quarter in what will be a very important game for Senegal as they prepare to take on Uganda here in the last quarter. But for Uganda, Ify, if you're the coach, what are you saying now going into the fourth quarter?
To get back to the pace and the rhythm that this team was able to do and compete in the first half, for them to be down by 4 while they were up, I just think play at your tempo and play at your pace.
Here we go. Nachienji finds Robinson. Robinson looking for options on the left, finds Nachienji again. The Senegalese communicating very well on defense here. Finds Cleland Mono, who turns around. There's help on defense, and Khan makes no mistake with that steal, runs down the lane, doesn't make the 2 points. Dillard with the rebound, tries to get it. Jen Asinde rescues the ball for Uganda.
I mean, that's 25 turnovers for Uganda, just too much for this game.
That's a missed attempt there. Khan up against Jen Asinde, falls to the ground. Sen finds Dillard on the left side. Yasin Job fakes, attempts the 3-pointer. Claire Lamono with the rebound, who finds Jen Asinde. Paige Robinson. Another lapse in concentration in terms of starting a quarter here for Uganda.
Yeah, I definitely would have to agree with that. They just need to find their pace.
Wow, beautifully done there from Hope Akelo to just bring this game into a 1-point game. 12 points for the MVP of the Ugandan League.
There have been 3 lead changes and 2-time ties for this game. It has been back and forth since the start, and it's just nice to see the competitiveness of both teams.
Jenna Shinde just managing to cross the line there, get the ball to Paige Robinson, attempt another 3 that doesn't drop. Can with another rebound. Yasin drop. The ball is swatted away by Paige Robinson. Timely there for Uganda.
And we know that Senegal likes to run fast off of the mistakes, but you see here Robinson running even faster to get that block from Job.
Senegal scored 9 points fast break points until the third quarter. They'll try to do more of that. Yasin Job, good read there to find Sene under the basket. Can rescues the ball. Looking for options here on the left side. Attempts the three. Soknanjai with the rebound away from the Ugandans. Dillard. Yasin Job again. Texon Jen Asinde finds Dillard. Lamunu to the floor. And the ball will stay in the hands of Senegal.
Senegal has 24 offensive rebounds to Uganda's 14, and they are allowing them to continue to have those second chance points over and over and over again, and they're only up by 1.
Well, 7 minutes, 44 seconds to play here. Senegal with the ball. Soknanjai is a shot clock violation, and Uganda will have yet another chance to make amends here as Pui prepares to get on to replace Soknanjai. Nachiinji. There's a conversation there from the assistant coach, Sidi Sao, formerly a coach at the NBA Africa Academy. Was in charge of getting all of that talent that we've seen. Kaman Malwaj, of course, raised in Uganda. South Sudanese origin, now playing for the Phoenix Suns, drafted top 10 and just paying his dues here for Senegal. Paige Robinson. Nachiinji. Nachiinji just moving that Senegalese defense, but it's very tight up there, and the length is just really impressive. Jen Asinde fouled, and it will be shooting 2 for Uganda's finest.
Asende knows how to get to the line. You have to, if you're guarding her, you have to play early and not let her establish position on the low block. But that was a mismatch as she was posting up against Lillard, and her teammates saw it, and that's why she knew how to use her body and was awarded to the line.
That is her 9th make on the free throw line, and she makes it 10 points on the free throw line here, and a total of 12. Dillard. Pui. Can. Yasin Job at the best line. Yasin Job. Great finish there from Job, but great work also really from her teammates who were just covering for her inside that paint. Uganda have an opportunity to come back in this one. Jen Asinde with the dribble there. The ball is stolen. Yasin Job finds Pui. Pui takes on Hopakelo to the basket.
I love that little hesitation and drive strong to the right hand of the basket for a 2-point basket.
It is pressure time here. Senegal with 3-point lead, 26 turnovers here, and that's not really impressive. Claire Lamunu gets to Paige, tries to use the best line. Another steal here for the Senegalese defense on the best line. They've done a good job in terms of getting the ball and executing on the other side of the court. Through the middle. Pui doesn't make it. Jen Asinde with the rebound. Very important for Uganda now. Nachiinji gets the ball to Lamunu. And there goes the fans in the stands, just encouraging their team. Jen Asinde. Paige Robinson attempts the three, doesn't drop. And once again, Khan finds Yasin Job, who will fake 2 points here for Senegal and a 5-point lead.
They're just playing with so much poise here, Senegal is. How they are getting their hands up. They're in a 1-2-2 defense right now.
Yasin Job up to 13 points for Senegal. Great rebound there. And 4 missed opportunities for Uganda.
Yeah, they had those opportunities to score, but you have to capitalize on those chances.
Yasin Job with an opportunity for second chance points here. Hui, there's a call there. There's a foul.
Both teams are truly fighting for position on the court, for the scramble on the floor, on the dive on the floor for the ball, and it's just you can see they're all tired, but they won't let up.
Yeah, they know that this is a do or die. This game signifies so much in terms of the overall structure of the competition. Yasin Job misses. Pui with the rebound. Good box out. There's a call, and the referee, Guy Bertrand San Nicolo, just making sure that the clock is reading the right number. Inbound for Senegal. There's frustration there on their faces, but play continues. 4 minutes, 49 seconds here to play. Yasin Job uses the best line, beats Paige Robinson, who swats the ball away. And Dillard takes on. And it is a basket good there for Senegal. 7-point lead here against Uganda with 4 minutes and a half to play.
She definitely knows what's at stake right now. She gets the offensive rebound and goes to the basket hard.
Paige Robinson with a dagger there to keep Uganda alive here. Great 3 points here for the Gazelles.
And it's been 5 lead changes and 3 ties this whole game. Those who are watching, we hope that you feel the energy just as much as those in the crowd right now.
The drums alive here in the Palais des Sports. You can feel the great energy between these two teams, and really on a Monday afternoon, it's just exactly where you want to be watching the game that we love. Let's look at the replay there. Pui, of course, trying to find Sen inside the paint. Just good eyes and so many bodies inside. Sen once again to Dillard. Dillard looking for options. Goes on the left, finds Can. Jenna Sinde is there. Tries to block her, and it is a foul.
You know, Can has really struggled today. She played phenomenally their first game, the first start of this tournament, where she had 20 points and 7 rebounds. But today, they have kept her to 7 points and 2 rebounds. And I think that's a great execution and play for Uganda to do that, because if she would have went off, the score would have been definitely different.
Yeah, she's one of the core players that bring a spark to this Senegalese team. And you can see the amount of minutes that she plays. She has trust from the coach, and just one of the players that are just incredible to watch. Ndioma Kane, 30 minutes already and a half in this game.
Yeah, she has 7 rebounds, 7 points, and 7 assists.
Oh, there it is, Uganda with the rebound. Paige Robinson tries to find Nyamwenge, loses the ball. Frustration there on the face of Jamila Nancy-Kombi and Hopa Kello, who are on the bench. Senegal, 3 minutes and 38 seconds to play. 4-point game here. Yasin Job. Sen against Claire Lamournou inside the paint. And there's a walk that has been called on Sen. They would have loved to score on that possession, Senegal, but
I thought she might have thought, I'm so wide open right now. Usually Uganda is sending 2 or 3 people to her, but now she was just probably shocked that she was definitely discarded by one person.
Well, she'll have another opportunity as the coach decides to keep her on the court. Jenna Sinde double teamed here. Paige Robinson with yet another attempt and drops the three-pointer. It is another dagger, ice in her veins. 1-point game.
Robinson with 10 points right now. She is 2 for 2 and then 2 for 8 at the three-point line.
There it is. Can loses the ball. Paige Robinson finds Nyamwenge, who runs down the floor looking for options, and there's a foul on Yasin Job. Jenna Sinde on the floor. 1-point game, and Uganda are starting to smell the fear there within this Senegalese team. And let's look at the three-pointer there. She got some space there, but the eyes from Jenna Sinde to find Paige Robinson on the left. Swish, clear, it was all net for her, and she made those 3 points.
The naturalized player for Uganda has stepped up this game. She's very poised, she doesn't say much, she doesn't have that face expression, but when it's time to shine, she definitely knows what to do.
Nyamwenge loses the ball again. Khan finds Yasin Job. Khadija Faye under the bucket. 2 points for Senegal.
Great basketball movement right now and at this critical time for Senegal.
There's no moment for errors right now. Uganda have to make sure that they stay alive here. They have to score in this possession as Nyamwenge finds Akulu. Jenna Sinde under the bucket. 2 points. There was a mismatch there against Dillard. And we're back to a 1-point game.
This has been an amazing game from start to finish, battling bucket to bucket, defense to defense.
And the 2 minutes now, Sokna Njai loses the ball. Uganda, Jen Asinde, Paige Robinson. Akulu is inside here. And Paige Robinson wanted to make a blind pass, but it's stolen. Can finds Dillard. Senegal trying to run down the clock and make sure that they score here. 1.5 minutes to play. Dillard, there's a foul.
This is giving me the exact flashback from 2023's Women's AfroBasket in Rwanda. The team was exactly neck and neck in that year, and it has brought them to the same moment here in the 2025 Women's AfroBasket in Cote d'Ivoire, where they are 58 Uganda and 59 Senegal, and it's just been a battle from start to finish.
It is 4 personal fouls here for Claire Lamunu as the coach Nick Natereza prepares to bring back Hope Akelo. Dillard made the fast free throw there, and she has an opportunity to extend that lead. She's up to 8 points, makes it 9. And a 3-point game now with 1 minute 26 seconds to go.
Senegal sinks back to a 1-2-2 zone with high hands up and high intensity to disrupt the Ugandans' offense.
Paige Robinson. Jenna Sinde goes to the left. There's pressure on defense. The ball will stay in Uganda's hands. There's a bit of a scare there as the referees talk to each other. Uganda, 30 turnovers here today, and that has been a problem for them in terms of how they eventually approach the game. 7 for Jenna Sinde, 6 for Paige Robinson, 6 for Jamila Nancy Kombi, and 3 for Perus Nyamwenge. Well, there it is. The decision has been made, and Senegal will take the ball possession after the official review. And isn't that the beauty of the instant video review here? Well, pressure on Uganda at 1 minute, 8 seconds to play. It's a 3-point game, and now they'll have to try and stop Senegal and score. Yassine Diop, clear, field in front of her. Khan with the ball, drives to the paint. Yassine Diop on the baseline. Nyamwenge puts pressure on Dillard, looking for options here. The floor general, Dillard, looks at the basket, tries to get the ball there. Khan. Senegal just trying to take as much time as possible off the clock. Khan with the floater, it doesn't drop. Paige Robinson gets the rebound, and it will be called a jump ball. Uganda's ball at this point. 33.7 seconds. 58 for Uganda, 61 for Senegal. Pressure time.
If you guys are not stressed at home, just know that I am here stressed watching this beautiful game right now.
You called it exactly like it was 2 years ago. Paige Robinson just looking for options here. She takes the three and it drops. It is a dagger there. The game is tied. 20 seconds to go. Dillard running down the lane here for Senegal. Jenna Sinde trying to stop her, and she goes for the basket, doesn't make it. Khadija Faye with the rebound. Dillard misses. Another rebound here for Senegal, and Nyamwenge gets the steal but steps on the line. Pressure time, 0.7 seconds here to go. 61 for both of these incredible teams, and it will be a timeout here called by Otis Hewley Jr., the coach of Senegal.
I think in the 2023 AfroBasket has started a rivalry for these two teams, because look at this amazing game on this year's AfroBasket. It's I don't even know what to say.
It's just so excited to see this great basketball. Of course, for the fans in the stands, they're back on their seats, on the edge of their seats, that is. Some of them are standing, and you can see the frustration there on the faces of the Senegalese players. But let's look at the numbers here. 17 for Uganda in the first quarter, one more than Senegal. 20 in the second quarter for Uganda, 8 more than Senegal, but the difference was that third quarter. 21 points for Senegal compared to Uganda's 8. But in this quarter, Uganda have come alive, scoring 2 times more than they did in that third quarter. So 16 for them and 12 for Senegal, and we have a game that is tied right now.
And I always said the third quarter is the most crucial quarter. No matter if you're up or down in a basketball game, that is the quarter to win and to lock in, and that's how Senegal was able to take the lead.
It is great basketball so far that we've watched, but Jen Asinde, she's really brought that spark here for the Gazelles of Uganda, asking those questions against this Senegalese team that is the most decorated on the African continent. A double-double for Jen Asinde, 16 points, 10 rebounds for the captain. Dillard doesn't make it, and it is a tie as we go into full time here. End of the third quarter. There is end of the fourth quarter, end of what could have been a thriller here for these two teams, Ify. But what did you make of those last 2 minutes?
Oh, I just saw the want and the will of both teams trying to do the best that they can. You have Robinson step up as a nationalized player for Uganda, but then on the other end, you had Senegal come back from the halftime and really lock into who they are as a team and play hard, and that's why both teams have been playing amazing.
Looking at Paige Robinson, look at that to make it 61 points there for Uganda, but there was a foul there, and we hope that she is okay here. But let's look at the numbers here. 32 turnovers for Uganda, 20 for Senegal. Both teams sharing the ball there with 17 assists apiece, but it's just really been incredible basketball, especially defense here, Iffy.
Yes, I mean, the defense on the both ends have been impeccable, and they really have stepped up their energy level. You gotta love the game of basketball when this happens, and then you're going into overtime here.
Yeah, it is going to be overtime between these two teams. It will go down to the wire. It was expected, of course, from the beginning that it was always going to be very tough. And you can see that in the way that both players came from that halftime break. But 34 points for Senegal inside the paint, 20 for Uganda. But what has really stood out for you up until this point?
I mean, the way...
let's look at the official review just now.
So after review, we have a normal basketball play, so no act of violence.
Well, the decision looks to be that the act of violence happened after full time. And we will resume here shortly. Just waiting for both of these teams to come back. But if you were saying?
Even though Uganda has 32 turnovers, what has kept them in the game is going to the free throw line with 71%. They've been there 28 times and had 20 baskets from that, and that's really what's kept them in the game.
That's been a standout for them here, and you can see that every time that they've tried to go into the paint, Jen Asinde, you can even say in other times that she has a triple-double because she's drawn 10 fouls and she has really had the most trips to the free throw line. She's 10 for 12, 83%, and that has been standout for Uganda. Dillard, we're back here in action in overtime. Nyamwenge, Khan, Yasin Job finds Dillard. Once again, they're trying to find spaces and gaps inside the paint. Soknanjai on the outside takes a jumper, and there's a rebound there from Hope Akelo. Great boxing out from Uganda. Paige Robinson. Jen Asinde finds Robinson. Once again, fakes. Jen Asinde, Nyamwenge. Melissa Akulo drives on the inside, is fouled. And just so we're clear, the foul situation will stay as it is. Khadija Faye, there was movement there, and the foul will go to her. It is her first personal foul here today. And Melissa Akulu has an opportunity to give Uganda the lead.
Even though she hasn't been a scoring threat this game, she has done the little things the entire game that doesn't normally show up on the stat sheet. So it's nice to see her taking her time and attacking the basket, because these next minutes are very crucial to see how the game is going to end.
It is a game of margins here between these two teams. Hope Akelo with the rebound. Gets it to Nyamwenge. There's a bit of lapse in concentration there for Senegal. Nyamwenge finds space inside, gets to the bucket, doesn't drop. There's a good rebound from Soknanjai. Khan finds Khadija Faye. Melissa Akulo just trying to stay there. Yasin Job. Ball is stolen. Uganda. Paige Robinson finds Nyamwenge. Crosses the line. Jen Asinde. Let's wait for both sets of players to line up here. Melissa Akulo. Kulu. Asinde. Akulu just attempts the three-pointer. Khadija Faye picks it up easily. It's an air ball. Now Senegal is just looking for options to score here. Soknanjai tries to use the board, but it doesn't work.
If you're Uganda, you want to take high-quality shots. You don't want the shot clock to run down and you're chucking up a shot that we just saw at their last possession on offense. You want to run the pace of it and get to the basket how they've been doing the entire game.
That is 4 personal fouls there for Sokna Ndiaye, and she heads to the bench as in comes Sen.
And with that, I don't think there's any drop-off or lag. I mean, Sen is one of the biggest players on the floor right now, and so I think that's even a more advantage for Senegal.
Paige Robinson comes down through the middle. Nyamwenge. Jen Asinde. There's pressure on the ball, and she finds her way through the Senegalese defense. There's another foul, and Senegal are officially in foul trouble here with 2 minutes, 49 seconds to play in overtime.
Asinde knows how to do it best. She slices and dices in between 2 Senegalese jerseys and knows how to create that contact, and now she's rewarded 2 free throws in this overtime play.
It is 10-for-11 for her on the free throw line. 16 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and she's drawn 12 fouls. That's really an opportunity to even make it a triple-double here. Oh, a quadruple-double if you insist. Sen with the all-important rebound there. Finds the outlet. Dillard. Jen Asinde waits there in front of her. Sen has so many ideas going through her mind. Hop Okello, foul and basket good here for Senegal.
The defense of Uganda was different. Usually they send 2 to 3 people to send, but now she was by herself, one-on-one, and she did the little shimmy shake and went over and then made her basket.
And you can see the way that she reacted there when she met the basket in typical lioness style there. And the reaction from the bench, of course, to just keep her going, and can see and read their lips saying, let's go, on y va. Well, there it is. It is a 3-point play there for Sen and a 2-point lead for Senegal against Uganda. Hop Okello from the baseline. Another dagger there for Uganda, and a 1-point lead with 1 minute to go, with 2 minutes to go actually.
Okello doing what she does best. Whenever she's open on that perimeter, she's going to be shooting with the ball with confidence.
That was very easy for Khan through the middle. Uganda didn't look like they were going to contest that, and she drops the 2 easy points. There's more seesaw scoring here. Paige Robinson, Jen Asinde, under the bucket there, Melissa Akulu.
9 lead changes and an amazing game that we are watching right now.
Paige Robinson with the steal there. Nyamwenge. Jen Asinde looking for options. There's a cutter. Jen almost loses the ball to Khan. Paige Robinson with another 3-point attempt, and it is ice in her veins here. Paige Robinson, beautifully done there for the Gazelles. A 3-point lead for Uganda. Wow, there's so much going on the court right now, Iffy. But Senegal, they just had a lapse in defense there and gave her so much space, and she was able to connect. It's a switch. And on the other side, Dillard missing on the free throw line. Very unlikely from her.
Very unlikely for her to miss, especially at a moment like this.
She was 6 for 7 before that, and now 6 for 8. She really needs to score in this one to keep Senegal in there, and she does. Makes it a 3-point game. 1 minute, 18 seconds. She has one more opportunity. Uganda. looking to crush in there. Dillard makes 2 of 3 on the free throw line. Paige Robinson.
You see the light pressure of Job right now against Robinson, trying to make her rattled on the offensive end.
Jen Asinde looks to be a wide open cut there. Goes at, and it will be shooting 2 as a foul from Khan. She shakes her head there. Khan, 4 personal fouls for her with 1 minute to play. As Jen Asinde lines up on the free throw line, facing history here. Can Uganda make it 2 straight wins against the most successful team on the African continent? She drops the first one. 3-point play here. 3-point game. Jen Asinde up to 17 points here. Drops the second one as well. It is 4 points difference between these 2 teams. Senegal must react, and now Khan gets help from Sen, and there's an offensive foul from Khan, and she has fouled out right now with that foul. 4-point game, 54.1 seconds on the clock, and Uganda have the ball possession. But Khan stays on the floor. Nyamwenge, Paige Robinson, looking for options here. Tries to use the baseline, finds Akulu. Akulu attempts the 3, it doesn't drop. Senegal get the rebound. Pressure time now, 30 seconds on the clock. Yassine Job, Khan, looking for options. Well, there's a 11-second differential here on the clock. The ball doesn't drop there. Paige Robinson with the rebound, runs down the lane. Nyamwenge is with her, 2 against 2. She has an opportunity to make it count, and it will be shooting 2 on the line. 12.6 seconds on the clock.
Wow, what a game for Uganda. Not giving up. The pace of this game for them has been up and down, but you could see the chemistry and the sisterhood as they continue to fight. Here you see a hard foul from Job, and Uganda will be rewarded 2 free throws.
There's a timeout on the floor, and the Gazelles will try to stay alive here. Nyamwenge has the not so easy job of converting those 2 free throws on the line. But you can see the fans celebrating. They've traveled all the way from Uganda and across the world.
And that foul from Job has made her have her 5th foul, so she will not be returning to the game as she has fouled out.
It is a very big miss here for Senegal. They want all of their best talent on the floor, and especially considering that Khan also has 4 fouls, Pui has 4 fouls, and Diaye as well. It's not looking particularly good, but all of the statistics don't matter right now. It's a 4-point game. Nyamwenge has an opportunity to make 2 for Uganda, or even 1. But what can Senegal do to turn things around here? They need to hope and pray that Nyamwenge doesn't make the 2 free throws and then run down the lane and maybe make a 3-pointer and a foul.
I think if Senegal has the opportunity after this free throw basket to call a timeout, advance the ball, and then hopefully get a 3 out get a 3-point attempt at that time of the shot clock, or the shot.
Absolutely. Great to see 19 points there for Paige Robinson, Jen Asinde with the 18, Hope Akelo with 15, Claire Lemono with 10, as Nyamwenge misses her first one. Gets support from Jen Asinde. You can see there's only Asinde there to help rebound. She makes 1, and now we have a 5-point game. Pressure on Senegal. Chow with the ball, looking for options. Jen Asinde in there. Dillard with the attempt for the three. There's a foul, and she will go to the free throw line.
I mean, that's just not the foul that you want if you're Uganda, especially time running down and the discombobulation of Senegal, but you give them an easy way out, and now Dillard has the opportunity to be that poise and floor general for Senegal as she goes to the line.
Well, the point guard of Senegal is 8 for 9 on the free throw line in this game. 13 points. The last time she went to the free throw line, she converted 2 of her 3 attempts. And now there's a timeout here for Senegal, and they will, like you said, rethink what they have to do. 3.4 seconds to play, overtime. Uganda 73, Senegal 68.
Knowing Otis, maybe he's telling Dillard to make your first 2, miss your last one, and box out and get the rebound. Sen is still on the court, and Kane is still on the court, so they can hopefully get that rebound. Sorry, excuse me, Kane is still on the court, so I do think that that might be his way to get to Puerto Rico.
Stranger things have happened in the game of basketball. You know that, having played in the WNBA, having won this FIBA Women's AfroBasket twice with Nigeria, you understand that the pressure that comes with playing at this level is that you have to stay level-headed. You have to make sure that you make things happen even when they don't look like they're going your way. But for Senegal, they'll be frustrated if they don't come away from here with the win, after forcing Uganda to make 32 turnovers. And letting Uganda force overtime is not exactly what they would like to see. But here we go now. Dillard with a chance to make 3 points here for Senegal, or even make it 4 points. Yeah. It is a 5-point game. Let's see what she can deliver here for the Lionesses of Teranga. Dillard misses the fast one.
You have 10 seconds on that free throw line. You take your time, you use the time, get your breather, and shoot with confidence.
And there it is. The second one comes in with a lot of confidence. And of course, you can see her talking to herself and just really trying to encourage herself. Uganda will be trying to crush in for the rebound. It is 2 points there for Dillard. Timeout for Uganda as Nick Natereza gets the players, the Gazelles, to try and get going. But Uganda's timeouts are done, and so they'll have to try and inbound the ball all the way from down the stretch. 3-point game here. It is 3.4 seconds to play. Let's see what will happen. It is very clear Uganda has no timeouts. And Senegal will full court press.
They are saying that because Uganda does not have any timeouts left, but they still call the timeout, that's a technical. However, we'll see what the refs decides.
The refs decide that nothing indeed will happen. The inbound will have to take place on the other side. Can Uganda inbound and keep the ball? Pressure. There it is, they lose the ball. Dillard attempts the 3. And Uganda get a second straight victory over the most successful team on the African continent. 73 for the Gazelles of Uganda and 70 for Senegal. They go top of this group. Fantastic performance here from the team from East Africa, the Pearl of Africa.
I don't even know what to say, but both teams played so amazing. Uganda happy that they came together. They started the first quarter a little bit shaky, but they finished with a win, 73-70 against Senegal. I mean, honestly, it's like a flashback to me, seeing that they won again against Senegal in this Group C.
Well, you can see the emotion there for the players. Claire Lamunu Akulu. They did a great job here to make sure that they get that victory. 4 players in double digits there, led by Paige Robinson, 19 points, Jen Asinde with the 18, Hope Akello, 15, and Claire Lamono with the 10. They've had a fantastic run here at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket, unbeaten after 2 games. They go top, and they'll have 2 days off as they prepare for the quarterfinals. A direct allocation of the slot there, and they'll be proud of that performance. Nick Teresa with the goods here, delivered for the Gazelles, and look at the fans.
I love that. The fans are on their feet, dancing and being proud. Uganda across their chest. I think even Robinson's like, hey.
I'm sure that she's definitely going to be given a Ugandan name at this point. The high fives are flying inside the Palais des Sports in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. There will be celebration across Uganda, in Kampala, especially for those fans who are watching in Lugogo and across all the neighborhoods in the country. Congratulations to Uganda. They really now show that this was not a fluke and that they belong on the high table of African basketball.
And this is what it's called, to have adversity during a game and not give up. They did not give up when they were down, or in the first quarter when they were down, when they didn't score any points, to now beating Senegal again in overtime. It's just amazing for them to have that chemistry together, smiles and cries and tears for them as they as they're #1 now in Group C.
Yeah, absolutely. They are table leaders here, the Gazelles of Uganda. They've done their country proud, and you can see the relief on their faces. They will be celebrating this one here in Trashville, and of course when they make it to their hotel. And they deserve this victory. They went to camp for 2 weeks in Egypt and prepared very well for this Group C, and indeed they get that victory. Those very important 4 points to lead the group. They will pat themselves on their back, and you can see the celebration there as they take those pictures. Their fans on social media will be very proud of that performance. But let's look at the numbers here. 19 for 27 for Senegal on the free throw line, but the 24 for 36 is what stood out here for the Gazelles of Uganda. 9 3-pointers compared to 3 for Senegal is where the difference was for this Ugandan side. And contributing on that front was Paige Robinson, who managed to drop 4 3-pointers. 55 rebounds there for Senegal, 11 more than Uganda, but the Gazelles managed to get the work in. 19 points for Robinson, 18 for Asinde, 15 for Hope Akello, Dillard with the 15, and Yasin Job with the 13 before she fouled out, and 9 for Khan.
We're going to see a lot of best plays for this quarter and overtime, and it will start with Uganda. Ekelo shooting that 3 that was most important at that time to give Uganda the way to this victory. And you see Robinson did so much from her running the floor, from her playing defense and shooting her shot. It was amazing to see. And again, she did that twice in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Paige Robinson, of course, after recovering from that head injury, after a bump with Yasin Job earlier in the game, managed to come back. Yasin Job leading the Senegalese troops here with Diaye and everyone contributing. Pui as well coming off the bench to just bring that back to Senegal as they kept Uganda under pressure. It is indeed Uganda as the champions here, but Jen Asinde, what a leader that she has been for this team on defense and on offense on a very historic day here in Abidjan for Ugandan basketball.
If Uganda continues to play this way to the end of the tournament, they're going to be in good position.
In good position indeed. Table leaders of Group C here, Uganda, the Gazelles from the East African nation, just continuing to write history on the African stage and just being able to be patient, to fight for each other, the sisterhood, but that dagger there from Paige Robinson is what became the difference. Look at the table standings here. The Ugandans will be taking a screenshot here. 2 wins in 2 games, 4 points to lead Senegal, who are in 2nd position, and Guinea, who are defeated twice in the group. Well, that's it from us here inside the Palais des Sports in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. Goodbye. We'll be back for the 2nd game of the day.